Everyone needs a little pick-me-up, a pat on the back or the old high five. And here's a little dose of you can do it energy from someone we love.
A motto that I live by is don't take no as no, this isn't for you. Take no as not right now. So I guess in other words, take it as a comma, not a period. Because if I had taken every no that I'd ever gotten as a finite decision, then I probably wouldn't be where I am today.
Hey Drew, it's your friend Zoe, long time. When I first discovered that stunts was something that people got paid to do and made a career out of, I became instantly obsessed. My dad at the time was working at an emergency clinic as a doctor, and a guy came in with a concussion and turned out to be a stuntman. And my dad, this speaks volumes about who my father is, came home with the phone number because he knew that I wanted to be a stuntwoman. And I immediately was like, what are you talking about? No, I can't call that person. Just felt so uncomfortable and gross. And my dad made a statement that it stopped me in my tracks because it was literally irrefutable. You could make that phone call today or you cannot. And if you don't make the phone call, you'll wake up tomorrow and it'll be a normal Wednesday and you'll be the same Zoe you are when you went to sleep, and your life will be the same life you've got now, and that's all great. Or you could make the phone call and you might wake up tomorrow. It gets me emotional. You might wake up tomorrow a stuntwoman. It stopped me in my tracks in a way that I was like, oh, well, then I just need to make the phone call because what's the risk, you know? And that literally was the beginning of a career where I have been a stuntwoman and then an actor and since producer, and I'm now getting into directing. And it's all because of that sense of don't say no to something because of fear.
I have a piece of dating advice for you right now. Stay curious. We are all in such a rush to get to the happy ending that we're missing a lot of those magical moments, that connection, the communication that happens in that early phase of dating that we never get back. So if you stay curious and take your time, you will never choose wrong.
A great piece of advice I've received is from my mom, as most advice usually is from moms, and it is to snap out of it. And my mom said that once, sort of as, she was kind of joking around, just snap out of it. But I do think there's such wisdom in that because you can only wallow in your troubles for so long. And it's necessary and important to acknowledge if something is wrong or something's making you feel bad. But in some situations, you just have to snap out of it and move on because you have to prioritize and you can't give equal weight to all of your troubles. Sometimes you just gotta snap out of it, get out in the sunshine.
Well, it took me 44 years to understand that there is no map for how we're supposed to live, that each of us is a pioneer. And by that, I mean that I spent most of my life asking other people what I should do. But then one day I woke up and realized each of our lives is an unprecedented and unrepeatable experiment. Nobody has lived the life we've lived, with the pain that we have, with the opportunities that we've had, with the people that we have, with the potential that we have. And so we have to stop asking people for directions to places they've never been.
Hey Drew, this is Marissa with your Motivational Minute. So I was once told that we will go looking for evidence for the story that we tell ourselves. So if we tell ourselves that we can't attract a good partner, we're going to keep attracting people who aren't good for us. And if we identify as people who aren't good with our money, we're going to keep behaving in ways that confirm that belief. And if we tell ourselves that we don't look awesome in our clothes, every time we're out in public and someone looks at us, we're gonna think that that's what they think. Because we're all designed to go looking for evidence that backs up what we already believe ourselves. So if we're all gonna run around and tell ourselves these stories, we might as well make it a fairy tale. Tell yourself the best story you can think of, because while it might not be true right now, your mindset could change your life.
Now that was inspiring.